Hey, Devin. How are you?
Good.
So excited?
Yeah.
Thank you so
Seller
much
Con.
for being here
Oh, yeah.
and meeting us in
My
Austin.
pleasure.
Right?
Yeah.
I love it. Can you tell us a little bit more about who you are and why you're here today?
Yeah, definitely. So, I got started in e-commerce back in 2014. I went through the Amazing Selling Machine 3 course from Amazing and, built my brand. My wife and I built a 7-figure brand in about 2 years. And then, really always kind of had a passion for marketing and like learning more about the e-commerce industry as I was kind of going through that. And then I actually joined the team at Amazing about a year and a half ago, kind of coming full circle. And so, now I actually do some of the training for Amazing Selling Machine and all of our, e-commerce programs across various channels.
Are you doing anything to create a community? Is this something bigger than an Amazon brand or?
Yeah, so I can speak to this for our brand. I can also kind of speak to it from an agency standpoint. But for our brand, we obviously we have our Shopify store. We have about maybe 20,000 people on our email list. So we definitely send out regular emails to our list and run special promotions for our website. And that's a pretty good driver of revenue for us. Other things that we've done actually on our Shopify store, we use an app called the Buy Now button, and basically it puts a button below the Shopify Add to Cart button, and it says Buy Now on Amazon. So we'll use Amazon attribution links with those buttons, and that way we can track the number of people that go from our site over to Amazon to buy. I think I was looking at the data the other day, and it was over the course of maybe like a year or so, it was about 50,000 in revenue additionally that had gone through those attribution links. So, it definitely adds up over time. And, that way you're giving people the option, right? Like if they're the type of person that prefers to shop on Amazon, well, I can run, Facebook ads or Google ads or whatever, but, that way they may not buy on my site, but they will buy on Amazon. And then, we also do run a little bit of Google traffic with attribution links over to just direct to Amazon. My understanding is, Amazon favors that for some rank love.
Yeah.
It's hard to measure how much that helps, but what we've started doing is just trying to optimize those for a decent ROAS. So we have some products where we might get like a 2x ROAS on some of our Google ads, and obviously we're not getting crazy scale on that, but we'll take what we can get, basically a break even to kind of help driving, some sales there. And then, from an agency standpoint, we, our agency manages the ads for Life Boost Coffee. And, Google is one of our big pieces of our strategy there. And, basically just trying to help drive customer acquisition. They have much more, because of all their repeat buyers and stuff, we're able to dial in a lot more on, lifetime value and CPA and stuff like that.
Is there any specific campaign or advertising strategy that you like to use in order to get there in the first month or the month prior to the big event?
I would say so. Usually we will be a little bit more aggressive in that time frame to try to, push keyword ranking and relevancy and things like that. We like to use, single keyword campaigns. That's kind of what our strategy is across the board. And, one of the things that we will do is if we're really trying to push, ahead of a season, we'll use the top of search modifiers just to make sure that we are showing up there. In general, that top of search placement does have a higher conversion rate. So, that's one way that we kind of go about doing that.
I know that you have a seasonal brand and all of the stuff that are specific for seasonal products.
Right.
How do you keep the business alive during the seasons where there is basically no demand?
Yeah. So in the past, the way we would kind of treat things, we would run our ads, super aggressive in the off season and, basically trying to maintain or drive keyword rankings so that we could, do really well during season. And, basically the idea was like, we were in most cases losing money in the off season, and then we would more than make it up during season. Well, the way Amazon's been changing things with like their fees and all that, it's been a lot harder to maintain, the 40, 50% margins that we used to have, where we could really dominate during season. And so, honestly, my game plan going forward is basically, during the off season, I might either trim my ads down to, just the handful of keywords that are still running at an acceptable ACOS, or I might, just pause them all together and just take the organic sales that I get during the off season, and then about, say a month leading up to season, turn everything back on, and really ramp up for season. One of the things that I saw that's kind of interesting. So, when products are in season, you'll have keywords that perform at, a great ACOS number because there's so much more buyer traffic looking for those things. And a good example of this, we sell in the barbecue niche, and, last Christmas, I noticed this brand, they sell meat claws, and they called their brand Santa Claus. And so I think the listing in the month of December, it maybe had 10, 20 reviews. So it was a brand new listing. And they were, I think, top 400 in patio, lawn, and garden. So, moving really good volume. And so when you're doing that, that has to be profitable, at least during that month, right? So I started thinking about it from the standpoint of, well, what products could I launch that would be, giftable, and, launch that in November to sell, Black Friday through Christmas, or, if we want something that's going to be a big seller for Father's Day during the summer season, and just kind of treating it of, let's launch products, a month before the season that it will do well, capitalize on that season, and then, kind of coast during the off season, and then kind of do it again.